Hey there, guys. So I want to thank you for taking the time to join today's live stream as always. Of course, before I get started, I do want to mention a few things in regards to my website and things of that nature. So, what I do want to mention is that my website is bponlinefitness.com. I will actually have it towards the end of this video. I will share that link what that looks like so that you can put that in and check it out. So my website, I keep it updated as often as possible. I do always put new content on there related to, my free fitness blog that I have on there. I also have my live stream. My latest live stream is usually uploaded on the homepage every week. So that'll change today, actually. Once I'm finished with this stream, I'll have it uploaded there to where you can watch it on my website. I also have a ton of other information as it relates to online coaching. You can sign up for my free email list where I send out a new weekly newsletter each week, as well as any promotions that I'm offering related to online coaching or any other events that I do, as well as reminders on live streams that I do throughout the week. So I just want to mention that again, it's bponlinefitness.com. So, with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into today's topic, which is supplements 101. So, this topic is going to be primarily focused on a lot of different things. It's not really going to be condensed into, a specific goal. I'm going to touch on a little bit of everything with this specific topic. So, what I'm going to discuss here today, again, is going to go over various different things as it relates to supplements and what you should consider depending on your specific goal. So, the topics to be discussed in the live stream include muscle recovery as it relates to whey protein, the role of creatine in strength training, BCAAs for reducing muscle soreness, pre workout supplements boosting energy and focus, and beta-alanine for delaying muscle function. So, this is what we're going to be discussing today. It's going to be a mix of various different supplements, sort of giving you the basics of what these supplements focus on and whether you should use these supplements depending on your specific goal. So, again, it's going to be a mix of different things. I may down the road focus on one particular supplement and sort of break down the various elements that come with that and how it can benefit, your particular goal. If you're like, for example, creatine. Creatine is one of the biggest things when it comes to strength training as well as weightlifting in general. And what I could do in the future is dive a little bit deeper into that specific topic to give you a little bit more detail on what creatine can benefit throughout your workout, how it can benefit you, in your daily routine, things of that nature. I may do that in the future. But with all that being said, this is what we're going to be discussing today. A bunch of various common supplements that you may have heard of. So, with all that being said, let's get started. So, muscle recovery with whey protein. So, whey protein is, of course, a supplement that you can purchase. Um, and what I want to mention in advance is when it comes to supplements, before I sort of get into discussing these particular supplements, keep in mind that when you're using any kind of supplement, that you want to make sure that you're using it to, of course, supplement your diet. You don't want to just use it as a replacement for, a meal or anything of that sort. Supplements are there in order to aid in your overall, nutrition and things of that nature. So that's the reason why it's there. So don't just use supplements as a way to, you know, using them as food, like just drinking a protein shake. That's not giving you a balanced nutrition. So I wanted to mention that in advance, before talking about this one in particular. So Recovery with whey protein. So, when you exercise, especially during strength training or high intensity workouts, your muscles experience small tears, otherwise known as micro tears, that need to heal for your muscles to grow back stronger. So, these tears are completely normal. It's the process that happens when you put stress on the muscles when you're weightlifting or strength training. Whey protein is a complete, fast digesting protein that contains all non-essential amino acids. These amino acids are crucial for muscle repair, making whey protein a top choice for post-workout nutrition. So, when we're talking about whey protein, this is a supplement that focuses more on the post-workout. And the reason why is that your body, of course, you go through stress whenever your body goes through stress whenever you're going through any sort of weightlifting routine. And what the whey protein does is it helps to more give your muscles more guidance in order to repair that damage that's happened from your workout. Again, keep in mind that the micro tears and the healing that has to happen, that's a normal process. It's not a bad process for this to happen. It has to happen in order for you to grow more muscle fibers. So that's where you start to gain muscle, and where your physique changes is because you're repairing your body. Your body's repairing from, the foods you consume, and that's what's changing your physique. So when it comes to whey protein, it's best to consume it post workout. It's very beneficial in that aspect. Usually, there is what is known as the anabolic window, which is where you get optimal effects from consuming whey protein after within at least 1 to 2 hours of your workout after that workout. Now, it's not to say that you necessarily wouldn't get benefits if you were to wait longer to consume that protein, but it's more, you're getting more benefits from consuming that protein at an adequate amount of time. So keep that in mind. Again, this is more focused on post workout. You're going to get a lot of benefits when you include whey protein as a part of the muscle recovery process. So, creatine, the role of creatine in strength training. So, creatine is another supplement that's sort of similar in the same vein, whereas if somebody is focusing on muscle gain, they're likely taking, you know, protein, whey protein, and creatine. So, these two are pretty common when it comes to a goal that's focused on muscle gain. So, the role of creatine in strength training. So, creatine plays a significant role in strength training by enhancing the body's ability to produce energy quickly. Creatine is stored in the muscles as phosphocreatine, PCR, during short bursts of intense exercise. One thing to be aware of when it comes to creatine is that this is a naturally occurring compound in the body. Creatine is not necessarily just a supplement, it is something that we do, our body does produce this. So of course, what you do when you're consuming creatine is just helping to aid more in your exercises when you give your body more of this particular supplement. So just be aware that it's not necessarily something like protein. Yes, it is something that our body needs, but we don't necessarily consume protein in the same way that we would creatine, if that makes sense. There's certain nutrients that we have to get, outsourced into our body. Whereas we do have certain nutrients, that our body does produce that are naturally occurring that we produce. But again, creatine is very important when it comes to enhancing the body's ability to produce that energy quickly. So, since creatine helps replenish ATP, and ATP is known as adenine triphosphate. So, basically, what ATP is basically the energy, the sort of the energy processes, how our body produces that energy when we're doing workouts. So, this is going to give you more ATP more effectively. It enhances the performance of exercises that require explosive movements such as heavy lifting or sprinting. So, you're really, improving your performance when you include creatine regularly in your strength training, weightlifting routine, or even if you're focusing on fat loss. And creatine is still a great option in that aspect. So overall, a lot of people really focus on creatine being, more geared towards somebody weightlifting, which is true. But you can still get good benefits from creatine if you were to consume it even in the same way as, consuming for a fat loss goal. You're improving your performance in the workouts, so you do, whether you're focusing on a fat loss routine. So you're still going to get those improvements in that aspect as well. So, certain supplements you don't necessarily have to focus primarily on um, a specific goal. Like you can still get benefits even if your goal is not, strength training for this example as it relates to creatine. The same can be said with protein. Going back to protein, protein does have a very good benefit, whereas protein helps you stay full longer. So that could in turn help with a fat loss based goal if you consumed a certain amount of protein. So it's all dependent on your goals. These supplements aren't, they can be used in different ways depending on what you're focusing on. However, they're best used, of course, when we're talking about whey protein and creatine, they're best used when somebody's focusing on a more muscle gain based goal. So the next point here and the next, supplement I want to discuss is BCAAs. So BCAAs are known as branched chain amino acids. That's what the term means. You've likely seen this supplement. It is it's not necessarily in the same vein as, creatine, but there are certain aspects, like certain supplements, you'll notice that they do have some similar ingredients. BCAAs and sometimes pre-workout based supplements can have similar sort of ingredients in them. You'll notice that with various supplements. Sometimes pre-workout can have creatine in it. Some of them do have creatine. You just have to really pay attention to what ingredients are in there. But sometimes it can be beneficial to, you know, consume a specific supplement, that is creatine, or consume a specific supplement that is whey protein. But continuing on here, BCAAs for reducing muscle soreness. So BCAAs, again, is known as branched chain amino acids, is particularly leucine to activate muscle protein synthesis. The process of building new muscle tissue, this can help repair muscle damage that occurs during exercise, potentially leading to reduced soreness. So BCAA, leucine is a sort of a branched chain amino acid. It is part of that. So that's what leucine means. So again, this is going to activate muscle protein synthesis and is going to help with building new muscle tissue. And again, this supplement is, again, sort of more geared towards somebody who's focusing on a muscle gain based goal. Another thing with BCAAs is that it reduces muscle protein breakdown during intense workouts. So it's going to provide an alternative source of fuel for the muscles. They spare muscle tissue from being used as energy and helps preserve muscle mass, which can alleviate soreness. So the big thing with this, of course, is the aspect of muscle repair, muscle recovery as well, just like we talked about, kind of with protein. However, this is a little bit more on helping to alleviate sort of muscle soreness. When you consume BCAA, it can help with, alleviating that muscle soreness, and it's going to help aid with the protein synthesis process and aid in helping to build muscle tissue. So keep that in mind when it comes to this particular supplement. So fish oil or omega-3, you've likely heard of this particular supplement. You have likely taken it. I know this is a pretty common supplement that not just somebody who's focusing on a particular, fitness goal. Usually people consume this overall for well-being. And it's a great supplement in that regard. So fish oil, again, has various different basically components that are inside of it. or different sort of elements that make up fish oil. So the first one is EPA, known for its anti-inflammatory properties. It helps to support health by reducing triglyceride levels and improving blood flow. It may help reduce symptoms of depression and support mental health. DHA, this is essential for brain and eye health, especially in early development, pregnancy, and infancy. Plays a key role in maintaining the structure and function of cell membranes, especially in the nervous system. Helps to also support cognitive function and may protect against cognitive decline. So, fish oil is not necessarily, again, geared towards a specific goal. It is more about overall well being. However, it is still considered a supplement. So, this could be a great supplement to include in your diet. Like, for example, for me, I do take multivitamins, and that is primarily to get all of the vitamins that I may not consume in my diet, and that's the reason why I take those. Even though, you don't necessarily have to take supplements like when we're talking about multivitamins and things of that nature, you wouldn't necessarily have to take them if you get the proper nutrients in your overall, nutrition throughout the day. You wouldn't need those supplements because you already get the necessary vitamins from the foods that you consume, because that's what we're supposed to get from our foods are those specific vitamins. But again, the supplement itself is to help to aid in getting those vitamins into your system. So this supplement, fish oil, omega-3, is just overall benefit for health, overall beneficial for your health in general. It's not necessarily focused from particularly on a specific goal in relation to fitness, but it is really best for, improving your overall health and well-being. So pre-workout supplements. So pre-workout supplements are is something that I actually take every day. A lot of what I've mentioned here, I pretty much take a lot of these every day. I do take a pre-workout supplement. I take whey protein every day. I take creatine every day, and like I mentioned, I take a multivitamin every day. So a lot of these, I do have experience with them because I have a lot of these, in my daily routine. Pre-workout supplements for boosting energy. That's primarily what pre-workout is in a nutshell. It is mainly to help you get prepared for your workout. Like I mentioned before, pre-workout does include a lot of different ingredients. Sometimes you can find creatine that is in pre-workout as well. But just be aware of that. Certain supplements do combine various different ingredients, and just check out the label to see what's in those. So, pre-workout supplements are designed to enhance energy focus and performance during workouts. They typically contain a mix of ingredients that help boost energy and help to improve endurance and increase strength. So, they're great if you want to get the most out of your workouts, whether you're lifting weights, doing cardio, or training for endurance. So, pre-workout's a simple supplement. It's all primarily focused on energy, helping to prepare you for the exercise, helping to prepare you for your workout. That's the main focus of this particular supplement. Again, sometimes the supplement is mixed with various different ingredients that can be very beneficial when it comes to various aspects of maybe muscle repair, muscle recovery, things of that nature. So just be aware of that when you consume this particular ingredient, or excuse me, when you consume this particular supplement. So beta-alanine is for delaying muscle function. So beta-alanine is a popular supplement used to enhance performance, delaying muscle fatigue. So I've got muscle function there. I guess I should say muscle fatigue there. So it's going to help with delaying muscle fatigue. So during high intensity exercise, its primary function is called carnosine in your muscles, which helps buffer acid buildup. So to increase muscle kerosene levels effectively, a typical dose ranges from 3 to 6 grams of beta-alanine per day. It takes a few weeks of consistent use for carnosine levels to build up and yield noticeable effects on performance. So again, this is kind of in the same vein as like we're talking about with the branched chain amino acids, BCAAs. This is sort of that same sort of aspect where it's helping with, the muscle fatigue, from exercises, and the effects do take a little bit to sort of see that effects. It has to sort of be in your system in order for it to, really take effect in your body to see the effects. So keep that in mind. But again, this is somewhat in the same realm as the branched chain amino acids. So leucine's influence on muscle gain. So we talked a little bit about leucine when it comes to BCAAs. So leucine is very important. Again, it is a branched chain amino acid, but it does play a big role when it comes to muscle gain. So leucine is an important amino acid that helps your body build muscle. It is one of the three branched chain amino acids, and it plays a special role in stimulating muscle growth. Leucine is like a switch that turns on muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body creates new muscle tissue. It activates a key muscle building pathway called mTOR, mechanistic target of rapamycin, which signals your muscles to start repairing and growing after exercise. So this is again very beneficial for muscle gain process, again muscle recovery, and you leucine is in BCAAs. So if you're consuming a BCAA supplement, leucine is likely going to be in there. So keep that in mind. Alrighty, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Again, I hope that you find this helpful and valuable. I hope that it gives you some information to think about when it comes to shopping for supplements, if you do take any particular supplements, or if you're considering consuming any supplements or taking supplements. So, like I mentioned, I do have some experience when it comes to various different supplements. Like I mentioned, I've taken creatine. I do consistently take creatine, protein, whey protein, as well as can think of the other one, pre-workout. So I do take those supplements throughout the day or daily, and then I do take a multivitamin as well. So if you have any questions about anything I discussed in this live stream, feel free to let me know. My website is here on screen. It's bponlinefitness.com. Ton of information there as it relates to online coaching. You can learn more about various different topics in my fitness blog, and you can sign up for my email newsletter if you scroll to the bottom of the page. You can put in your email, and you'll receive a free newsletter each week, as well as reminders on live streams and any offers that I may have with online coaching. So, thank you guys once again. I will have another live stream next Wednesday, and that event will be posted very soon. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. But thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. Hope you find it helpful and valuable. And I'll see you guys next week in the next live stream. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch.